Welcome back, everybody, to UnCommon Monsters. We are hopping into our combat phase because just after our monsters became the thanes of the third ward of Droaam and were granted the opportunity to work towards owning a massive swath of land, they found themselves now being challenged. When it was announced to the other monsters waiting outside the grand hall that the lotto had ended and that their opportunity was now gone, that they had traveled all the way to Sharn for absolutely nothing, they began to riot, and most of the people who were with you in the room poured it out. And you find yourselves left with only one person, and that is your new Lieutenant Governor, Zara. And she has challenged you to guard her as you make your way out of the Grand Hall and through this throng of enraged monsters. So let me go ahead and get the initiative set. So, like Zara got a 6. I didn't want to put the others up there because I want to explain to you what's going on before I do that. So as you burst through the doors, same ones you came in, you see that everywhere is chaos, that there's battle ensuing between monsters and the city guard all around you. Most of them are engaged with the city guard. Most of them aren't paying any attention to you, except for one specific group of kobolds who were supposed to be the next in line. And you were taken in front of thanks to your hag tokens. And they were waiting on you to emerge. And they see you come out and says, "You took it from us! Now you'll die!" And they all pounce on you as a one little pack. So, let me get their initiative in here. And we're going to start. Standing behind you is Zara. Protect me. Get me through here. What you got? Better not get stabbed by one of these little shits. So how are you all exiting? Like, what's it look like? What's the order? You're just into a melee, into just a battle zone.
I know what Vol's going to do. Vol's going to move forward, Zara, and basically is going to say, "Oh, just like we did when we were kids. Make sure no one gets to the striker. Run defense. Keep the offense off." And he gets low and stays in front of Zara and kind of just scans. Make sure anything running at Zara gets blocked by him.
I don't know what those words are, but I'm gonna be towards the rear. And then if as soon as the kobolds talk, I'm just gonna make aggressive eye contact, and pull off my warhammer in one hand and my shield around in another, and just go and beat on it.
Nice. And then, Giltrema?
Gel's just gonna stand in front of Zara and just sword and shield in hand, kind of nonchalantly, and just stare down at these kobolds that are coming at us.
All right. So, let me get the rest of these added. We've got the ruffled kobold. We've got the more than mildly displeased kobold. Got the cantankerous.
More than mildly displeased.
We've got the cantankerous kobold.
I fucking love that. More than mildly displeased.
The irate kobold. I was thinking of synonyms for mad. Creative ways to say mad.
Oh, that's great.
Figured you'd like that.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Approved.
And the disgruntled kobold.
That's my kind of comedy, making a really long word when a short one does just as well.
Absolutely.
I could say mad, but more than mildly displeased.
Alright, let me see here. So, descending. Alright, looks like as this unfolds that we are going to begin with you, Giltrima. You're being basically approached by a little horde, a little pack of these reptilian cabal. They're each wielding little daggers in their hands, and a few of them have what look like slings. The ones that are kind of trailing in the back are swirling some slings, and they are looking at you with murderous intent.
Mm-hmm. So, Giltrima would just like kind of condescendingly staring down at these kobolds, just point like towards the one in front and just command him, leave.
Wisdom. So I'll just say in order that they're running at you is the order of their initiative. So I'll say disgruntled kobolds in the front. And he has a wisdom of -1. Yeah, good call.
Spell save DC.
That's going to be a 5. So he failed.
Yep.
So this guy, you ordered him to leave?
Yes.
Okay. He's running at you, hissing, going to stab you, and you tell him to leave. And he looks at his dagger hand and he drops it. And looks at his sling and drops it, and looks at you and shrugs and turns around like he's gonna walk off. Let's see. Spends his turn moving away by the fastest available means. So that's what it's going to do. Is there another check on his turn, or is it just last one round, huh? So just for his next turn. All right. So in that case, do you have any bonus action or movement you want to do?
No, I'm just going to stand my ground and keep on staring down at these kobolds.
All right. So disgruntled kobold now is actually going to flee, and he will double speed. So he will turn around and just head through the crowd 60 feet away from you, and he kind of disappears into the crowd. Yeah. Well, he stepped away. So up next, Vol, what are you gonna do?
Are they within 5 feet, or can I move to make 2 of them within 5 feet?
You could definitely move to make them within 5 feet. Let's say that the closest one now is Cantankerous Kobold is 10 feet away from him, and
Okay.
Irate Kobold is about even with him.
Okay, so I'll move between them two. I don't look at them and go, you two need to sleep it off.
Art move on low HP, folk. 21, huh?
Yeah, but it only affects 2 within 5 feet. It's not like a...
Yeah, got you. So both of them kind of go from to Next thing you know, they're on their feet. Just
Yeah, that's what I thought.
at this point, Zara from behind. Wow. Well, these little things, much of a match, were they? Maybe y'all aren't at least as worthless as kobolds. All right, Cantankerous Kobold is out, as is Irate Kobold. You knock both those, they're sleeping. Zara's turn. She's just going to cross her arms and just watch Ezzy, you got 2 more kobold bearing down on you. One looks ruffled, and one looks more than mildly displeased.
He's got a longer name. He's the leader.
Kind of like move forward a little bit, kind of like arthritis, like got a little limp in my hip. It's not used to moving this much. Ugh. But I'm just gonna smile, like, and kind of like bang my warhammer on my shield, and then suddenly an identical warhammer will appear behind Mr. More than mildly displeased. And it's ethereal in nature of some kind.
It's like a spiritual weapon or something.
And it looks like a spiritual weapon. It's not gonna hit him, I don't think. But it's gonna swing at him. And then as it happens...
8?
It's an 8.
More than mildly displeased.
Yep, more than mildly displeased.
As a DC... AC, I should say. Yeah, that gonna miss.
But as
Hey.
it swings...
What the hell?
I'm gonna bring my warhammer and like right under his jaw, just like for a 10. Does that hit?
So he dodges out of the way of this, and then oh shit! I am more than mildly displeased.
And then
No,
just
that's-
like with the warhammer, just like. That's my turn.
I'm about to be extremely displeased.
And that's my turn.
All right. Womp womp. Good try.
I'm old. I don't see great.
You
I don't
old.
see too good.
You'll get there. You'll have your moments, I'm sure. Maybe. Unless you die. Who knows? All right. Back to it. The ruffled kobold now has a chance to attack and has seen 3 of his buddies go down. And, oh, damn it. Ah. You guys suck. He's going to keep coming at you. And I guess the first one that he's going to run up on, let's say he's going to attack the last person to attack them. He's just going to come. He's going to come right at you, Ezzy.
All right, dig it.
He came in with like a full melee action attack, and he's just going to stab you. He's going to try to.
Okay.
So he's going to give you one of these.
Gonna be a miss.
Yeah, it's definitely going to miss.
It's just gonna
Damn
like right off my scale mail, just like.
No, like this, says more than mildly displeased. And he goes to stab you.
That is also gonna miss. Just like
No.
So MT,
strangely lithe, my little old lady.
so MTMD misses as well. Damn it! They're both like looking at the daggers like it's the dagger's fault. Kill Trimma.
All right. So Gil Trimma's gonna turn his attention to the ones that are going after Ezzy. He's gonna stare at the closest one and just like stare straight into his eyes as he starts to kind of petrify right there.
That'll be ruffled. Well, okay, so ruffled and more than mildly displeased both went after her, and the last one to strike was more than mildly displeased.
So yeah, go for more than mildly.
You're gonna go for more than mild. All right. So you're shooting at him, and he needs a con save. I'm saying he gets advantage because he is not extremely displeased. He's just more than mildly. I'm just kidding. That should beat it, right?
Yeah, that passes. That's
So you start to look into your snakes. And, no, I know about this. Before you can take effect. It's like, you're one of those damn Medusa. Looks away, and the stone that just started to take effect kind of dissipates.
Okay.
Hey, full move.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Disgruntled kobold stops running 60 feet away, is through the crowd, looks back, and sees that it's just a throng, a mass of monsters all brawling. Sees a minotaur grab another kobold and rip its head off, and just shakes his head and says, "It's not worth it," and she keeps going.
Nice.
Because honestly, that's exactly what would happen in that scene, because this is a chaos of just, there's no way he's that committed where he's going to run back in there. So, Vault, you're up. You got 2 more of these guys still wanting to fight. 2 of them are taking a nap on their feet.
Alright, so one of the ones that's targeting, I'll say, Ruffled. Now, come on, man, look at your team. It's not even together anymore. It's falling apart.
Uh, 13 whiz.
For a pitiful 2 psychic damage.
Yeah, well, these guys are so weak. Yeah, he saves. Whatever. Yo, your team sucks. Comes back at you with a great comeback, and then tries to stab you. Take this. Talking that shit. Stab.
Oh,
14.
That's a hit.
One piercing damage.
Oh, well. At least one of you can do something.
Got him.
Ayo.
It's like a little trickle of blood, like 1 drop.
You still haven't closed the score, buddy.
Ah. So, actually, Cantankerous and Irate were asleep, so I'll just say that was Ruffled's go, and I'll skip them when I get there. So, or we can just say that didn't happen, and let's move on to Zara, who's just gonna watch. Ezzy.
Ezzy is just gonna kind of crick her neck a little bit as the like ethereal looking warhammer just like plows in to more than mildly displeased. He annoyed me earlier. We made eye contact.
That's a miss. They're pretty squirrely. He's able to squirrel out of the way.
All right, and when that misses, I'm just gonna like, kind of like, hop, skip, and then.
They're life little lizards.
For a natural 1.
Yeah. So as you go to swing in,
Can't hit crap today.
yeah, well, you do hit something. I'm gonna give me a D4. So I was doing 1 behind you.
Is it Zara?
It's 1 behind you, two to the left, 3 forward, and 4 to the right. So you swing, and yeah, but you spin all the way around. Whack! And you swing at and hit Zara.
Hold on, can I try to intervene and protect Zara there?
You have a reaction?
Yep.
Disadvantage.
Reaction
So okay, so she already rolled a 1 though. It's not really the attack.
Just seeing if
right?
I can. Like,
Yeah, it's not really.
it.
It doesn't. It doesn't apply in this. That's a good try though.
Okay.
It doesn't apply here. So that would be if she was
Oof.
gonna hit you with a miss. So you just smack the shit out of her shin, right in the shin, and it hurts. Oh, god damn it! No, the other. Ow.
Well, don't be such a twat, Waffle, and maybe I wouldn't accidentally hit you.
My shin, right in the.
That was a good one. That was good. I'll try and hit them next, but you gotta admit that was a good hit.
Yeah, why don't you hit them? Damn.
That's
Ah. She's just shaking her head, holding her chin. Nice. All right, Ruffle Cabal now is going to go and come back at you like he was going to before and dagger at you for a 20.
Who's that at?
You, Chris. We're doing what we were going to do earlier, but it was wrong.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so I
Stabbing
didn't
you.
take the one from earlier then.
No, but you got one now.
Oh, no change. It all plays out the same as if it were fate.
But that damage isn't right. Something's wrong because it's supposed to be a D4 plus 2. It can't be 1.
Oh, yeah, then it should
So
be.
why is it? How's it set up wrong?
I'll go ahead and just take 3 then.
Well, let me D4. Take 4 damage.
Okay. So 3 more. Alright.
I don't know why it's messed up. I'll have to look at that.
Oh, it's because you have it in there as D1D4 underscore 2.
It's underscore instead of plus. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah wah. Typo. How do I? All right. I'll just roll it manually. It's no deal. D4 plus 2. So you get stabbed for 4, and then more than mildly, he's gonna stab at you with his dagger. He's gonna be stabbing right at same one. He's gonna try to take you out. He's gonna stab at you, Vol.
8's a miss. Vol just kind of like moves to the side.
He gets a 13 because he's got pack tactic.
Ah, then that's a
Buddy
hit.
right.
Oh.
That's a 13.
That's a hit then.
D4 plus, that's 5 more damage. You still up?
Yep.
So you get stabbed twice by these two guys. They're going at you nice. They see you as big bugbear as a threat. Yo, Trimma, your new buddy's getting stabbed.
Yeah, now that they're really starting to actually do something, I think I've got to fight violence with violence.
Hey, Chris, don't you need a concentration check, man, for sleep? Or does it not work like that?
Let me
How's
check.
that spell?
I don't think it's a concentration.
What's the duration of it, though? It's a long time until they
I think it's 1 minute, if I can remember.
get messed with, right? Isn't it a minute?
Something like that, yeah.
It's
Duration,
a
1
or
minute.
until they take damage.
But it's not concentration?
No.
As far as I remember.
Spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Fall unconscious until the spell ends. Or until the spell ends, the sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake.
Okay.
The sleep, not the caster, the sleeper.
The sleeper, yeah.
Yeah, got you. All right. So, the Trimma's turn?
Yeah, alright. So, since they're starting to get violent, I'm going to start getting violent too. So I'm going to go ahead and swing my sword at more than mildly. Try to hit him with the blunt end of it. I'm not trying to kill these civilians. So,
Yikes.
Yeah, you swipe at them and they're pretty lithe. Yeah, they're pretty quick. Just dodge out of the way. Got any bonus action or move you want to do?
no, I'm just gonna stay there and just stay where I am.
Pose yourself between these guys and the others best you can. right.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna guided strike that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make
Plus
that hit.
10. Damn.
I'm gonna make that hit. I'm just
So
gonna
you hit.
Nice.
grumble, like old lady grumble, and just like, come on. I mean, if I can't hit, somebody's gotta hit, and just kind of point at him with my shield.
Nice. So what is it? Is there like a visible energy, or is there any like what
She's
is
not
the-
really like super in touch with her god, so it's probably less of a visual energy and more of like he kind of like feels like a smack on his butt or something. Like, go, get him, boy.
All right, so you feel motivated, and what was going to be a miss, actually, you aim true, and you hit.
That little hit on your butt startles you. It's like, oh god.
Roll damage for me.
Okay. 6.
You go ahead and you slice. So tell me, what's this look like? How do you take this guy down? More than mild?
I'm gonna try and hit him with the flat end of the sword. Just like whack him over the head with it and knock him out.
Dig it. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. You wouldn't want to kill him unless you need to. So you whack him, turn your sword at the last second, just whack the crap out of him. We'll call it non-lethal. It crumples to the ground in a heap. So more than mildly is down. Cantankerous irate. Disgruntled is gone. Disgruntled ran away. So Vol.
Ruffled's the only threat right now.
Ruffled is up. He looks down at his buddy that fell, and the other two that are asleep. Looks at you all and is like, "Damn it!"
I'll get to you in a minute, but I gotta tie this up real quick. Going to use Cure Wounds on myself. And on the part where you see that I've been pierced, you see like a phantasmal needle and thread. Just go through and do some stitches real quick and closes it up. There we go. Nice. Back to new.
Sweet. Any other action this turn?
No, that'd be it from him. That's all I can do, I believe.
All right. Anchorus is asleep, along with Irate. Zara's still watching. You all going to end this already? Are you going to keep hitting me? And then that's your cue, Ezzy.
Ezzy is going to, first of all, laugh hysterically at the remembrance of hitting Zara. Oh, that was nice. That felt good. But then also lizard assholes. So on Ruffled. So first the like watery, whiffy spiritual weapon will come in, trying to get him from the back. While I go in again underneath to get him in the jaw.
All right, let's see. Yeah, spiritual weapon's not quite getting it. It's dodging.
There we go.
But as it dodges out of the way of the spiritual weapon, catch him. Yeah, you catch him on the backswing. Give me some damage. Two bludge. So it just knocks him to the side. Damn! It's not worth it. I thought this isn't even fair. So it's his go now. He's gonna look over at Cantankerous and be like, "Dude, get up!" Shake him and wake him up. So Cantankerous is back in the game. Ruffled's down by dose. Bam. All right. And then more than mildly is down. He is unconscious. And I'm not going to do a death save because it was non-lethal. We'll just say he's taking a nap for a while.
Long nap.
But he's stable. He's not in danger of dying. Guild Trimmer. Are you there?
Oh, you're muted, Alex.
Sorry. So yeah, since Cantankerous just got back up, I think I'm gonna put him right back to sleep. Swing my short sword at him with the blunt end.
Oh shit! Yeah, that'll hit.
Sorry, I must have dozed off. Whack!
Hey, what's going on? Wakes up and then immediately gets whacked and knocked unconscious. And just crumples to the ground. So barely to consciousness before not immediately back out. Bye, Cantankerous.
Good night. All right. And that's gonna be it for me.
All right, Vol.
All right.
You are Ruffled.
Yeah.
There.
Let's go ahead and end this. Man, just take a nap.
Ruffled's like, you taking... And he falls over and he leans against Irate, and Irate and Ruffled are leaning against each other, snoring.
So we should probably get moving.
And Zara says, okay, finally, let's go, move, get me through here. So you push your way through the rest of the crowd. It's been dispersed heavily by the guards. They've called more guards in. The monsters, again, aren't really paying attention to you all. They're paying attention to the guards that are trying to make them leave and ruin it for them. Now that you've taken out the kobolds, there are no threats. So you follow Zara through the crowd, and you get on the outskirts, and you start to make your way towards the lift, and she calls you off to the side. All right, so I guess you three will do for now. Take this, and she hands each of you 1,000 gold pieces. A bag, a leather bag with 1,000 gold pieces in it. This is your first month pay. As long as you follow the contract, you will get this each month. In addition to whatever else we need for supplies, of course, once we get there. I hope that you understand the seriousness of your position and the honor that you've been given, and you beat all odds and actually do a fitting job for me. I hope that you do. I doubt that you will, especially after seeing that. And she rubs her shin again and glares.
Well, hey, want me to take care of that for you?
Ezzy. I'm fine. It just hurt a little and was unnecessary. Don't stand behind this one in your next fight. That's what I will tell you. Here's something else you should probably have instead of that trash that they gave you. She's motioning to the directives that you were given, and she points over to she reaches in her cloak and pulls out 3 Sharn City guides, which are these full brochures that you actually noticed the guards outside of Rowan's Gate in the front when you came in. They were giving the non-monster people these actually nice bound city guides that have a lot of detailed information in them, which at a glance you can tell. And you'll want to look number 8 on your player reference guide. Number 8 at the top is the Sharn City guide. That's going to come in handy. So use these to get around the city. She hands them to you. And you want to meet me back here at the Grand Hall tomorrow at sunrise. Take the gold, get yourself some supplies, get ready. And we'll leave tomorrow at sunrise. Again, hope that you will think about the seriousness of your positions here. By the way, you'll also need these so that you don't get hassled in the city. She hands each of you a leather badge, like a leather patch, that has the symbol of House Thrashk on it. Display this somewhere on yourself where the guard can see it, and they won't hassle you. Otherwise, they're going to kick you out. So if you look at roll 20, I'll show you what this badge looks like. It's got a stylized, like Griffin creature, the star at the top, gold on a red shielded background with the name of Thrashk at the bottom. And this is on at like some heavy, thick leather. Looks like it's been emblazoned in there. Wear that. It'll get you wherever you need to go, but I wouldn't push it. These people don't like our kind. She's a half-orc, after all, so she's treating you with a lot more respect than any of these other, like, fully non-monster types have been. Any questions before I leave you to whatever it is you're going to be doing this evening?
None for me.
I got nothing for you.
Well, I will leave you with this. If I was you, I would start asking a lot of questions. If you hope to survive this, if it were me, I probably would have asked, what supplies I need or what to expect. So you need to start to be more inquisitive.
We're going on.
I want you all to survive. It would be difficult, a pain, not a big pain, but a small pain to go through the process of getting 3 new things. We'd have to sign the documents again. It would be a whole thing. So how about you all survive? Start looking out for yourselves. You're going to have to learn fast. What are you, level 3? I don't even know. If you're going to make it. We'll see. But one thing you can do is arm yourself with information. Because I guarantee you, the people we're going to be dealing with, and I say we because now you're my team, they're going to have a lot of information. If you're going to be on my team, we need to all be on the same page. I have to show my father that I can do this. He gave me the shittiest plot of land because of my orc blood. I think you all can understand being judged because of your blood, right?
Absolutely.
You saw my human siblings in there, how smug they were. So are we gonna actually do something with this? Are you gonna help me?
Of course we are. Didn't we just show you that?
You showed me a little something. It's gonna take a lot more than that.
So then tell me this, how do we plan on making the travel? Foot, airship, horseback?
See, that's a good question. Yeah, I'll take care of that. You show up at the Grand Hall. We're gonna get there in an instant. You saw how they left earlier? How they fled at the sight of danger? To go back to their lofty towers, how they left through that portal. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we'll be getting there tomorrow. You don't worry about the travel. I'll handle it. But, yes, start asking questions.
So if we don't gotta worry about travel, are there going to be rations where we're going, or should we stock up so when we get there we have something?
If I was you, I would plan for anything and everything. Listen, we're going to an undeveloped plot of land, and we're going to have to settle this land, and we're going to be there very isolated at first, okay? So you need everything you can imagine. Of course, I'll be bringing some things. Of course, we'll be providing provisions in general, but you never know where you're going to find yourself. I'm going to be sending you out all throughout our land. The 3 of you on your own.
All right, I have a weird question. Is there any place to buy a warg around here?
As far as those type of questions, that guide in your hand has everything you need to know.
No, I know, but if you're one of us, you would know better than any guide.
Well, there are plenty of places. Really, honestly, if you're gonna stick with our kind, if you want to purchase a warg pup or something along those lines, I would probably stick to this enclave here in Thrask. I would ask around. They're going to be the most friendly and the most likely to have those type. Thrask, after all, is the house that coordinates the trade between Droaam and Sharn. So if there's going to be any of those type of creatures from Droaam, they'll be here. But the reason I pointed you to that guide is you're not going to always have me here to ask questions. So you need to start using the guide.
So then why did you tell us to ask questions?
You asked, and I told you the best way to
But
answer.
then you said earlier than that, why aren't you asking questions?
Questions about Sharn, the guy. There's your, you asked, I told you, now you know, good job.
You don't gotta be condescending.
Yes, I do. Of course, I do. You don't have to be old, right? Of course I have to be condescending. But you should meet my siblings. I actually like you.
Give them a good whooping.
You should see how I treat people I don't like. This is nice. Believe me, you don't know what kind of day I've had. The shittiest plot of land, the 3rd ward. Do you understand? No, Ocean. the water, right? Mountains, a lot of mountains, landlocked, no trade routes really. So we're giving the shit. But you know what we're gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Maybe you. We're gonna make it the best ward in the whole place.
Do you mind if we hire folk to come with us? If we've got a mountain, there's mining to do.
Oh, hey, we've got plans for that. I like the way you're thinking. We're setting up a mining camp. That's one of our main operations. That's one of our designations for our ward. One of the main reasons, I don't know how you knew this, but we're supposed to be drawing attractions. We have plans for an arena in our ward as well. And you too, we're going to have quite a religious district in our ward as well. So while you may not be the most experienced, you seem to be the right fit in certain other ways.
Religion. Right.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. The religious district is going to be confined to a certain area. And there's lots of other. There's going to be mining. There's a lot of mystery in those mountains from what I understand. Draw something to be explored. You know, within mines, all kinds of things can be found besides valuables. So we never know what we might find. We have some forest as well. We have some arable land. So we know what we need to do. It's going to be up to us to get it done.
We'll get it done.
I like that you're asking the right questions, man. I like that you're getting invested. I like that you're starting to understand a little bit, but it goes so beyond. Did you see the names on that contract that you signed?
I recognize some of them.
Yes.
Some of them. Did you recognize, I don't know, the king of Breland? Did you happen to recognize the daughter of Sorakel? And you, Giltrima, definitely noticed that name. And you notice it's the same name of the one on the token that you hold. They signed that document with their own hands. So are you starting to kind of maybe understand how serious this is? I want to know that you do. I really, have you seen that much gold in your life that I just put in your hand?
Never.
Why would I just give you that much gold? It's because once you sign that document, did you think it was just a normal document? You know, just ink and paper? Probably.
I don't like that you're asserting that we're not intelligent enough to know what we're getting into here.
I don't think anybody could fully understand the extent. I was being literal. That wasn't just ink and paper. Now that you signed that document, the Daughters of Sorakel can track you. That ink was not normal ink. You've got to start thinking like that.
I've got a feeling they could track us before we signed that.
How's that? What do you mean?
The daughters aren't really known for being subtle.
Why would they care about you all? There's millions of monsters.
You know? I learned a long time ago in my early aughts not to question anything the daughters do.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Really
Surely not.
fast.
But
So,
you're seeming to...
yeah, no, when I don't know about these assholes, but when a freakish hag who looks hideous as all night with bugs crawling all over her skin visits me in a dream, I'm gonna do what she says.
Hold on. Are you telling me the hag directly visited you?
Yeah, I did my best to compliment her in her hideous, ugly warts,
But this was simply a dream, right? Nothing else.
I had a similar one.
Dreams have you cough up
So did I.
Oh, hold on. What happened after this dream?
I spit out this medallion and had a hag on one side, nice, hideous, ugly face. Ouroboros on the other.
And you two had similar experiences, you're saying?
Similar thing, different token. Take my token out.
Yes.
Oh, shit. I'm here lecturing you all about seeing the bigger picture. And you were sent by the damn hags themselves. I'm the fool, huh? Great.
Well, on the positive side, you're not the shittiest land anymore.
Yeah, great. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm sure we'll find out. We probably shouldn't be talking about this right here now that I've realized
Also, pressure.
what's really
there's
going
gonna be a lot of
on.
Pressure.
Hey,
feel like
let's.
There's gonna be a lot of pressure.
Hey, no more. Let's no more talk about the three, okay? Right here, because definitely people listening. What y'all just told me? Don't tell anybody else. Do not tell anybody else, unless you want to die or be killed. There are many people who would immediately kill you.
Fair
Especially in
enough.
this.
So who wants to follow me to the Clifftop Adventurers Guild here in the guide? I got a feeling if anyone knows what we should prepare for, it'd be them.
All right. With that, I'll leave you on your own. Let's talk more later. I am now extra intrigued with you all. Apparently, this is not some random incident here. I got some stuff to think about. Meet me sunrise. Don't, if you're late, I'll find another monster off the street and grab him and take him with me. Okay?
Sounds fun.
Loud and clear,
Understand?
Captain.
Good. Yeah. By the way, those badges I gave you, we can talk to each other now. And before you can ask for an explanation, she starts to walk off and you hear a voice in your head. Be safe and look out for yourselves.
I'm gonna like tap at it. How does this work? Can you? Hello?
Beam me up.
You hear a return of thought. Just think to me. Just think to me, and it will come to me.
Just gonna, that seems. Are you
You don't
sure?
have to touch it.
Are
You don't need to.
Are you sure?
You don't.
Hello?
I might have to take hers. Shit. So she just wanders off muttering like. All right, so actually you all are like wide open, free. You are standing outside the lift on Middle Central Plateau, and you can go anywhere you want in the city.
Again, I gotta say this Clifftop Adventurers Guild sounds like a good start.
Yes, for the guide, y'all, just out to help you out here. I have it organized. It'll be more useful to you all if you scroll down. Like, let me see. So let's take a look at it. So on the front of it, you've got the Sharn crest, which is the 3 towers, that blue background. This is a beautiful guide that they've made, by the way. It's very well bound. It's actually got gold leafing on it, and the lettering is beautifully printed. It's just very well bound. And then, of course, right on the front page at the bottom, published by Half-Tax Books and Binding on commission of the Council of Sharn. You open it up as whereas you opened up that directive they gave you, it was just like, hey, make sure you follow the laws and then get out of here. This one is welcome. Okay, Sharn, the jewel in the hilt of the Dagger River, is the center of Brelish culture and commerce, as well as home to over 500,000 residents, representing all the civilized races of Ever. A soaring metropolis that sprouts from the lofty cliffs and plateaus overlooking the hilt, Sharn offers a plethora of opportunities for business, pleasure, and all things in between. Please use this guide provided to you by the Council of Sharn in good faith as you explore our great city. And whereas on the directive there's a giant notice at the beginning of the Galifar Code of Justice, this just has a little one at the bottom of the first page. So it goes into some general information about Sharn, showing you how it's divided into the different 6 regions, which are called quarters, even though there's 6 of them, so I don't understand that. But that's what they're called. Central Plateau, Durham, Memphis, Northridge, Tavik's Landing, Cliffside. Y'all came in Tavik's Landing, which is over there on the east side of the city. And then those are divided into wards, which is lower, middle, and upper. So you are now on middle ward of the Central Plateau. And actually, when you look at the map, and each of you are holding the pamphlet, there's a little glowing dot that shows your location. And when you move around, it follows you. So it shows you exactly where you are in the city. So this is clearly an enchanted little pamphlet here. So the first stuff is just alphabetical order of the different districts. So that's not going to be the most useful to you. So y'all want to scroll down past all that. And what's going to be most useful to you all is the Sharn City directory, which is down towards the bottom. And it has all the different stuff split up by category. So over on the left side, if you pull out the list, you can see where to find art, culture, food, lodging, all that kind of stuff. I made this just for you all. So, the city is yours.
Well, I don't mind going with you guys if you don't mind. I need to make some shopping things for some magic, and I would also like. I know I'm a little slow, so if we could stop by a menagerie or some such to see if there's anything I can train to, you know, carry me, that would be nice.
Maybe we can rent a carriage or something to go around town.
Oh no, I mean I get a pet that I can ride into battle. Good old Applejack too. AJJ. Adger.
You were serious about getting a warg?
Why not? They're ferocious little fuckers.
They're feral.
You are.
You've never ridden against a goblin horde, have you? Oh, monkey bear.
Happy enough to say I haven't, at least not one mounted on wargs. It sounds horrifying.
It's beautiful.
Wait, they can be domesticated?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
I want to see this.
I mean, they like to eat there. So, the thing is when you kill something, you just gotta make sure you leave a little room, because they're probably gonna want to eat it. Also, if you die on it, it's probably gonna eat you, but you're already dead, so what do you care?
Fair, I suppose.
I mean, wolves are more better domesticated than wargs.
I don't want to see another wolf for the rest of my life.
Oh, you got problems. Say?
I got stuck on a rock for an entire night with him yipping at my heels.
Oh. Granny, as he's sorry. Sounds horrible.
I'm sorry, I thought I was going to starve to death.
Could have eaten the wolf.
I could have tried.
That's fair.
So, to the pet shop first. And then again, I've got to point out this Clifftop Adventuring Guild. Someone's bound to have walked that way in the past and can give us some information on what to expect. There's got to be a piece of land that size. I wouldn't surprise me if there were bandits, cults, God knows what.
That's fair. Trema, what are you thinking about?
I think we both got good ideas, but we should go to the guild first and then get the pet later, so we don't have to walk him around everywhere.
That is a smart idea. Especially if you're getting a warg. I'm not gonna clean up after it while you walk it down the streets.
I mean, you could always look into getting a harness built if you want to carry me. Or you could just walk really slow. Keep up with my little arthritic knees.
Oh, I'm never gonna be able to kill her. I'm gonna fudge every roll. Oh, sorry, I missed again. I'm gonna roll in real life only for her character. I can't kill an old lady. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just sit back and let you all decide what you're gonna do.
I see where this is going. I'm not gonna carry you around town. So I'm afraid I gotta side with her. We gotta get her something to ride her around. Hopefully not a warg. Maybe we'll luck out and the only thing they'll have is mules or something. A little more city appropriate.
That would be unfortunate. They don't bite.
Depends where you go.
So, is there a place for stables in this book?
Let's see here. There is.
Just spiritual
like
residential shops?
Not specific stables, but you'd want to look for shops, and there are places that definitely sell all kinds of mounts and
Here
animals.
is Maynard's Menagerie. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't know what this is, but this sounds fun. The Veil of Flesh.
That sounds horrifying.
It sounds wonderful. Let's see. Wait, hang on a second. It's in a residential district. Maybe not. That could be. Well, actually,
Don't worry about what type of district it says it is, because that just means that's the main thing in that district, not the only thing.
Well, so Veil of Flesh. At first, she thought it was going to be fun and like warmongery. Then she realized it was in a residential district, and now she's like,
wait a second. There might be dirty things.
So let me see which one.
Whoa ho, whoa ho! They got a transmutation station.
Which one were you talking about?
Who wants wings?
the Veil of Flesh.
Veil of Flesh.
Yep.
Yeah, Upper North Edge.
VEIL?
VEIL.
Yeah, in Shalias.
What the? Hello.
Sounds horrifying. I mean, as a person, I'm interested. As my PC is not.
The player. Oh, hell no.
Ooh, information acquisition. Underlook in.
It's a studio for, if you ask around, Alaina, if you care to ask around, then Ezzy will find that the Veil of Flesh is a studio for body art, including traditional tattoos and the elven techniques that give the living the appearance of death. There may also be the opportunity for enchanted.
So it's the Sharn Hot Topic.
Yes.
It's a tattoo parlor, man.
I love it.
It's the Sacred Heart or whatever.
Another one here. I mean, Maynard's Menagerie sounds like it's probably our best bet to start with. But information acquisition sounds good. There's also something called the Dragon's Heart and the Mystic Market. Those could be interesting.
I also
Those
saw
are
this
your
one
cliff
up.
top.
This one up here. Oh, what was it called? Oh, I lost it. This is a big book.
I know, right? It's a very large book.
Y'all are about to have me pull out some random shit if y'all are going in these shops looking for exotic animals.
I think that's exactly what we're about to do. Just shop to shop until we find what she's looking for.
Like, I'm chomping at the DM bit. Like, I can't wait to tell you what they got in this shop, because it's a mystery to me as much as it is to you, until all that shit is made up from my brain.
Well,
so it's gonna be fun, whatever it is.
It's ease, right? It's ease, right? Easy.
Are y'all going to Maynard's Menagerie?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
Yes,
I
and
don't-
it's
Ezzy. All right.
Ezzy.
All right, Ezzy. Looks like it's your call. Where are we heading first?
Let's go to this little menagerie. It's in a fun little area called Death's Gate.
Oh,
Yeah.
pleasant. What?
I'm loving it.
What better way to start an adventure than at a place called Death's Gate?
Now, what were your names? I know it's Geltrim, Gel and Buggy Bear. If you guys see anything interesting,
Buggy Bear.
you just let me know, and we'll stop for you.
All right, Keltrima. Let's keep an eye out and make this go quick so we can get to the adventurer's place. Let's not spend all day looking for something we're gonna regret.
Okay.
All right, so if y'all are gonna make your way to Middle Tavik's Landing, you are in Middle Central Plateau. So if you look at the map, you need to head back to the east and find your way across from Central Plateau to Tavik's Landing. Are y'all gonna go ahead and head that direction?
Yes.
Well, we could do that, or we could like, if there's other stores we want to hit that are like on the way, we could like stop at things on the way. We could make that the final destination. So if there's anything on the way shop wise, so that way we're not trying to backtrack.
So on the way, then
My little legs.
on the way, then I say we look for on the way we should look for cartographers guilds, adventuring groups, anything that might have information about that region. because that's going to be indispensable. If you don't know the field, you can't play the game. Base rule. Right up there with calisthenics.
What are
Yeah, so what you'll be passing through, let me see, down to Deskgate. So if you look at the map document, take a look at the map document. It is number 2 on at the top of the player reference guide. If you go down to Middle Central Plateau, it's the very last thing at the bottom. You're in Dragon Tower, which is in the Central Plateau there. So you'll go through Sword Point, which is just garrison, so city guard, and then you'll go through the Temple District, which is just basically your temples, and you can find religious, shops and things there.
Holy water. Need some holy water.
Yeah, that would be
holy
so.
water?
You'd want to look in the guide and see if there's a place you want to stop in Sovereign Towers. Then you're going to cut across to the Tavix Market. There may be something of interest in the Tavix Market for you. And then you'll head south through Greywall Residence, into the Inn District, into Deskgate, which is the Adventurers' quarters. And there might be multiple things for you in Deskgate.
I don't see anything in Sovereign Tower. Oh wait, that's the district's name. Ignore me.
So Middle Central Plateau.
Middle Central?
So
That's the place we're looking for first, is Middle Central Plateau?
That's where you are.
Hey, Athenia's companions.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you know what that is.
Okay, so as we eyeball that place, do I get the idea that it's companions as in fighters or companions as in lovers?
Okay, which place are you talking about?
As we're passing Athena's companions, since we're working our way through that district.
Okay, so let me get my...
Or Athenia.
Yeah, it's not Athena.
I mean, if it's got like mercenaries, I'm interested. If it's anything else, I think Vol will put it to the side and keep going. Not that kind of bard.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, but I'm having issues with my
internet. With tech, Multiverse Prose having tech issues, unfreaking heard of.
Hold on.
Yeah. Damn it.
Let's see what other things we got here in Middle Central.
Okay, Athenia's companions.
Ooh, the Breland Museum of Fine Art. Sword Point Garrison.
Yeah, so as you pass Athenia's companions, you actually see that the sign has a silhouette of a lady, like on those truckers' mud flaps, and they're like seedy looking dudes rolling up in there, and like sexy ladies not wearing very much hanging out outside of it.
Okay, not the kind of companions I was thinking.
They're too pretty.
I don't think they can wield the kind of sword I'm wanting them to wield. So let's keep going.
Damn, they're too pretty.
I don't see any warts. I don't see any excess body hair.
No fur.
It's disgusting.
Still will die in a fight in one hit. They're not the type of companion. So yeah, tell me wherever you're headed, and I'll tell you about the place.
So I don't think there's anything interesting in Middle Central Plateau. What's the next district on the way to, or the next quarter on the way?
Y'all are headed over to Tavix.
We're headed
Over to Middle Tavix.
Now we're in
I
Middle
don't see any
Tavix.
shops listed as in the Sovereign Tower in the Temple District. I just see cathedrals and some pavilions. But if we happen to see any shops in that area that might sell holy water, holy texts that I could debase and use for spells, I would be very much pleased.
All right.
Set them on fire, you know. But
So give me. Are you trying to Are you actively trying to find a place as you go through there?
Yeah, as we walk through the temple district, I'll say that I am, with my little tiny legs and tiny little self, I am actively trying to find someplace, because I know that for certain spells to work, I am going to need some holy water, and I don't currently have any.
All right. Give me one
I
second.
could take the time to bless some
Central
myself, but
has
that seems
the
like a whole
pavilion
lot of effort.
host.
Yeah.
So in Sovereign
Quicker to
Tower,
buy it.
what you'll find
Or
is
gallery magic item auction.
this district regales all things holy, or at least their representation, art and architecture. Statues, paintings, mosaics of deities, saints are everywhere, and great temples stand out among the lesser buildings. Temple District is home to some of Sharon's greatest monuments of faith.
Hey, can we just walk into a church and, maybe get some into a
Take some?
bottle and walk out?
You could try. So what you've got specifically is the Pavilion of the Host, which is the largest temple complex devoted to the sovereign host in Sharn. And there's a grand tower in there, and there's other smaller towers as well. And then you've got the Cathedral of the Cleansing Flame, which is Sharn's most important temple of the Silver Flame.
Ooh, Inquisitors.
Pavilion of the host.
All right, let's go to the Pavilion of the Host. That's where Gil
Thought the plan was to get him out first.
wants to go. Well, I mean, if it's on the way, it's on the way, and we do need some holy water.
All right.
After all, religious mumbo jumbo and all that jazz.
Follow y'all.
Umbo jumbo, as you say.
So as you head into this Pavilion of the Host, you notice the iconography of the sovereign host all over the place. These symbols you're so familiar with as a paladin. And there is a grand open tower ringed by a temple dedicated to each of the 9 deities. So you can actually look, and there's one massive central tower, but then there's one for each of the sovereign host deities, including Arion, circling the outside. So you all can decide which one you want to go to, where you want to go. I mean, you may. Yeah, I would say he might want to lead you.
Gonna immediately want to go to Orion, but as we're walking, can I since I'm basically trying to run, keep up my little tiny legs, can I just give a prayer to Maglubiet to try and figure out which of these he'd prefer for holy water? Try and find holy water. Which of these sovereign hosts he'd prefer?
Yeah, I mean, you can say a little prayer and see if you can get some guidance. Do you want to actually use an ability, or you just want to do a religion check?
I don't really have an ability that would necessarily do anything for that yet. But
Okay.
I would like to use a little ability check to try and.
So go hit me with the religion roll.
Gonna be ugly.
Before she does that, I would like to do a bardic inspiration.
Ouch.
Okay, that's
Oh.
it.
One.
What's a D? It's a D what?
D6, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help enough.
7.
while she
Yeah.
was praying,
But
he
it wasn't
basically.
a natural one. It was an unnatural one.
An unnatural
There's a
one.
2. I'll say with a crit success on the bardic inspiration, you're inspired enough to know that you should probably follow your paladin since he's directly tied to one of these gods, and that
All right.
you aren't directly tied to any of them.
Sounds good.
So you're kind of given the sense that like a shrug, kind of like, I don't know anything about these people.
I ain't no shit.
Yeah.
I also
So
find it rather fitting since I don't really. I mean, I don't know how much. I don't know. I've never
yeah,
spelled.
but Giltrema seems to know
He knows what he's doing. All right.
where he's headed,
Very-
and he quickly and easily finds the temple dedicated to his god Arion, the sun, god with the sun symbol. And do you all head in?
I'll just look up at Geltrema and say, "All right, what now?"
Well, you're looking for holy water, then you need to ask around for it.
If you're going to guide him into the temple, I guess Giltrema will go first. As you walk in, you're greeted by a number of just very plainclothes priests. It's a very simple temple on the inside. You know, it's just lit with torches, and it's got the iconography of your god all around. A nice big tapestry, though, of Arion as well. And the priests immediately recognize you as a paladin of Arion, and they come and they bow profusely. Welcome, brother, welcome. Enter. Let us go get the master. Just wait here for a moment. Let us go get the master priest. So they invite you in, and it's just kind of like a bare waiting area, and the three of you are standing around. And even though you're a paladin, they're kind of, you're getting second looks from these priests as these are humans and elves and half elves. And they're at first trepidation, but when they saw the markings, and they kind of glance, and they glance at you, Giltrima, and these two are with you?
Yes, these two are with me. We're just here for supplies, some holy water.
I'll kind of smile, but make sure my fangs are out. I like.
Well then, okay. We haven't had any of your sort of visitor, but you of course are welcome as a child of Arion. Let me go get the master priest. So they scurry off, and then returning to you is an older woman in much more ornate robes. Hers are gilded with the gold, in addition to the white. And she approaches and bows and looks you over. The paladin of our master. What brings you here? I assume you're part of the land lottery?
Yes, we are. We're just here for supplies, for any sort of holy water, and anything you might be willing to spare for us.
So you have a journey ahead of you?
Yes, we are going to be heading out to our new land and just want to be prepared for anything.
Of course, and we'll be spreading the law and the light along your way. Very well.
The law.
Good to hear. She motions, says something. You hear the word holy water. Back in a moment. Do what we can for you. Are you fed? Are you rested? Or what else can I do for you all?
We are well fed and rested, thank you. We do not need anything else, just the supplies.
I can't imagine it will be too easy to find lodging for your type here. So if you need, you can always return. Be offering you sanctuary as you're in the city.
Thank you.
Well, that's nice.
Well, who are you? Are you a fellow follower?
Oh, God help me, no. I like Maglubia, and he's a little
which god?
fire demon. Yeah, good stuff. Fire
Well, that's quite different.
All good stuff. I have a question for you, though.
Okay, yes.
I think I like this one. He seems interested with wolf snakes. Which god or sovereign host, as it were, do you guys like least? I need some holy text that I can like burn for fires, and I don't really want to burn his stuff, so.
All the sovereign hosts are exalted. They're all wonderful, good gods. What you're thinking of is more of like the mockery or the shadow, or one of the ones that we do not speak of.
Okay, if you don't speak of them, where can I get a holy text to burn it?
Need to burn a holy text? I wouldn't help you burn any holy texts.
Well, I mean, for the other ones, for the ones you don't like.
Well, those would be unholy texts, my dear.
Well, that's I don't mind. All right, do you have anything bone-wise that's like specifically etched and carved for like things?
Ask again. Do I have what now?
Like bones or sticks that have little carved enchantments in them that I can use for spells, so I can buy those off of you for any reason whatsoever.
It seems no, we don't have anything like that here. We're not so much into practicing that type of magic. We just use our own symbols and our god's power. But maybe you could visit some of the shops in town. I'm sure you could find something of the sort.
Alright, just holy water. As much as you're willing to part with.
As you say that, returning is the young acolyte that she sent away, and holding 3 gourds of what she tells you is holy water, and hands each of you one. You may also be able to use a little additional help. So why don't you take these as well? And she reaches into her robes and pulls out 3 vials of this red liquid. If you get hurt, you need help, you can drink these, and they should help you. So they're healing potions, and we'll call them D6 plus 3.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead and add those. You have 1 gourd of holy water and a vial of healing potion, a D6.
Did we each get 1 healing potion, or were all 3 handed to?
Each of you get 1 healing potion and 1 gourd of holy water. Did I say plus 2 or plus 3?
I think you said plus 3.
You said plus 3.
Just make random. That works for us. D6 plus 3, that'll help you out at this level at least. So, in addition to healing you, though, we'll say that these potions that she gave you also will remove any conditional effects that are lingering on you. So it's like a minor restoration.
Interesting. I like it.
You have 1,000 gold, so you can buy some crazy shit at this point. So it's not going to be.
I want to give him, or rather, I don't really have a use for the gourd. I want to hand it to Giltrima. This is more up your alley. I'm just gonna drink it.
Yes, that would be a waste. I'll take it off of your hands.
Thank you.
All right, well, the only other thing I can offer is a quick blessing for you. So she begins to chant and close her eyes. Father Arion, please guide these so far as they follow your law. Do what is right in this world. And actually, so you all take, let's do it this way. Go ahead and take an inspiration. Each of you. She prays over you, you feel this energy of this place enter you, and this God that even if you don't follow, has given you a blessing.
Thanks.
Of course. Well, seems that you are out to spread the light and the law, so we are here to help. In return, anytime you need us.
Why, thank you. Maglubiet let you kill your enemies in battle and deface their innards.
Hey, sometimes, as I'm sure our paladin friend will attest, innards may need to be spilled.
Yes.
Religion's weird.
I agree. Ariane, go with you.
Alright, check that off the list. Got some holy water. Alright.
All right, so y'all are going to continue heading to the menagerie.
Yas.
Menagerie.
Fucking Chaz.
Jazz is one of the things.
We're gonna run across that asshole.
Oh, you know you are, man. Yeah, I didn't put him in there for nothing. Did you get that was his dad that was having y'all sign up? That's Lord Dane.
Oh, God.
Right. All right.
So much fun.
So as you make your way through Tavic's Landing, you move through some pretty nice residential areas. House is much nicer than any of you probably ever seen. Very wealthy within these towers. And you move down finally into this Deathgate district. And you're able to make your way and find, with the help of your guide, the menagerie. So let me... Maynard's Menagerie. This is outside the sign of it. First of all, it's not closed in like the other shops in the area. It's more open. It's got like more fencing, and there's all kinds of little creatures running around inside, large and small, medium size. You see what look like miniature horses running around. But you also see little winged, like tiny pegasi kind of flying around. You see what looks like kind of chasing the other little flying creatures. What looks like it might be a young griffin that's very small. As you enter, you open kind of like this gate, and again, you're surrounded by all these animals, and it's kind of an open area, and you've got stalls separating some of them, and then you are approached by a very colorfully dressed elven man. Why, hello there. I am Maynard. What can I do for you fabulous people?
Hi, Maynard. What's the bloodthirsty beast?
Woo, you're a beast yourself. All of you are beasts. Have you come to be a part of my menagerie?
No, but I'll kill you if you want to try. No, I need...
What? Ooh, violent.
Something to carry me into battle who is just as willing to get their teeth or feet bloody.
You're looking for something to carry you into battle?
Well, yeah, why else would I come here?
Well, people come here for many, many reasons, dear. What about the rest of you? Are you also looking for such things?
How long does it take a griffin to grow to maturity? That one specifically.
The small, well, okay. So the one that was on the ground, it can't fly that well yet, so it's kind of jumping and gliding a little bit. Trying to chase like these other little ones. It's like a puppy, right? It's all over, it's slamming into the walls accidentally, and it's scrambling to try to chase them like they chase cats, right? And it's kind of going, arr, arr, kind of barking at the other flying around. And Gax is like, "What, Dad? What are you barking at?" At the other little like insect creatures flying by, and he's got like flying lizard creatures, and this one is a handful. Are you sure?
Again, how long does it take them to mature?
Okay. So for these, I would say it grows fast. This one's very young. This one's only 2 months old. I would say within the next fully grown, it's within the next 4 months, it will be large enough for you to ride, and then full maturity in a year.
I'm gonna think on this. You two do what you need to do.
Well, if you change your mind, I can help you break it once you get to training.
He's thinking about it. He's gonna let y'all handle your business, but he's sitting back here just watching this griffin like,
You think he's a wily one.
Well, you think about it, just so you know, 1,500 for the griffin out the door. And you, dear, what is it that you wanted?
Again, looking for something a
little
thirsty.
Something to ride on the ground, something to ride in the air. Something. Be more. What are we looking for here?
I'd prefer if it had teeth that they could sink into my enemy's neck.
Okay. Teeth.
Preferably
no beaks.
Not a lizard. I'm not a
no
fan
lizards.
of lizards. Beaks I don't mind. I'm on a little bit of a budget. So, I wouldn't mind if we potentially worked out a deal, if we buy 2, we get a little bit of a discount, kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Now, as far as something ready.
Oh no, it doesn't need to be ready. I can break it.
Oh, okay, but as far as something even large enough or mature enough, you say you're on a budget, so something you're going to be riding. We usually run low range, something ready to ride, even to be broken. Our options could be anything from the wild. We have a wild bugbear that we captured. That's an option.
That's gonna be a hard pass for me.
We have, let's see, a rock a young rock that could be trained.
That could be interesting.
We did find a litter. It was an injured pregnant warg. She died, but we have one of the puppies that we saved. So we have a warg puppy, but you're not going to be able to ride.
Let me see it.
It's very bitey.
Let me see it.
Oh, okay. Bring the warg pup, please.
And you just see her little face is like.
Coming back as a human and wearing these very, in a few moments, these very thick gloves, and the warg pup's like.
Before, in the moment before the pup gets there, Vol's gonna walk up and say, "Hey, remember, we got a limited amount of money here, so if you can, try to talk him down. These guys will sell you anything. They can see a catch as soon as they walk in the door. So if she does any kind of appraising or anything like that to bring the price down."
Inspiration, nice. All right, so he brings out this just, and holds it out towards you, and you can see it's a warg. Give animal, like animal handling. Just go ahead and give me one of those. And I'm gonna wrap that into what you're able to know about this creature and how you're able to react to it and interact with it. So it's gonna be kind of like a knowledge check as well.
You know what? I'm gonna. Whoa. I'm gonna use my DM inspiration to reroll that.
Yeah, re-roll that shit.
Wise decision.
And then I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration for a 12.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Should have slowed it
Plus
down.
5. Like what the hell? Plus 5.
Wow.
Well, I gotta roll,
Yeah,
but it's a 12. A 12. I mean, it's above average.
Yeah. So that's definitely enough to get you started off on a good foot. You can tell, first of all, this warg pup is probably about a month old. You know that within the next 3 to 4 months, that it'll be full grown, or at least be a young adult. 6 to 8, completely full. And it looks healthy, but it looks mad. You're not sure why, but it doesn't want anything to do with anybody.
And I'm gonna just take it, and I'm gonna kind of give him little scritches. I'm gonna give him a little scritch behind his, right on his neck ruff, like right where the mom would grab. Give him little scritches right there, and then I'm gonna scruff him. And as I scruff him, I'm just gonna kind of like look him over, appraise him. I'm gonna
He stops thrashing, and but he's low growling.
And I want to, as I check him, I want to look for any injuries, any, and I'm gonna kind of with him scruffed, I'm gonna kind of like feel at his limbs. Do any limbs feel weak? Can I feel any like abnormalities in his like liver, spleen area, like any swelling necessarily?
Give me a medicine check at advantage since you've got animal proficiency.
17.
So 17, you're able to figure out that it seems like a very healthy, or it would be, pup if this dude was feeding it the right stuff, and that it's probably upset because it got taken away from its mom really early. She died, and it needs to be eaten a different diet.
Okay, so I don't have much on me except some jerky. So I'm gonna pull out some of my rations, which is gonna be like strips of jerky of like lizard flesh, because you know, it's my tribe's biggest enemy is gonna be lizard folk that infringe upon what we consider our territory.
Yeah, so you
lizard jerky and kind of feed it to him, and then after
he
he
just
eating it,
snaps
give him my
at
finger to like suckle.
He just immediately forgets about the growling and starts tearing into this and ripping into it, because you realize something that this guy doesn't, that Maynard doesn't. He's used to dealing with, giant wolves animals that are more in the canine. Warg are a different sort because of how aggressive and violent they are from an early age. They actually are weaned a lot earlier. He's been trying to feed this thing milk still.
Okay, so it's not being. Yep.
And it needs meat. So it's ornery because it's, and you can tell it's thinner than it should be. It doesn't have the muscle tone it needs because it hasn't been getting the protein that it needs from those specific meats.
All right, Maynard. I'm gonna make you a deal here. Since you obviously, no offense meant, I spent my time raising these in my horde. You don't know how to care for this. You're gonna kill it if you don't sell it soon. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm sure you've noticed it's losing
I've
weight
taken care of
improper.
many pups,
Oh,
and they've always had milk at this age. I've never seen them eat meat.
Have you ever taken care of a warg pup, my dear?
I mean, a pup's a pup, right?
No, unfortunately not. While most pups at this age do require milk, wargs require meat, the flesh of the untamed. Now, since you would have killed this pup in the next month, had I not come along, I'll take it off your hands for a right price of 550 gold pieces.
550 for a warg pup.
I'm making you a deal. Normally, I wouldn't pay a cent above 450, but I'm making you a deal.
Oh, you're making me. Oh, why? Thank you.
I'm making you a deal here.
You know, I had somebody else interested in this work earlier today, and they were telling me that they would pay 750.
I don't see them here. I don't see them making you a cash offer.
I believe
They
they
left,
will
obviously
be.
interested in somebody else's layers.
Well, you know, I'm not in a hurry to get rid of it. Maybe they'll come back tomorrow. I believe they said they just needed to go to the bank.
Insight check. I mean, I know he's fucking me, but
Yeah, totally do a fucking insight check on this.
Oh, there we go.
mother effing 2.
All right, let me roll for him.
God, I wish I had sounded true. Fucking like
He is,
prepared.
you can
but I-
tell that he's full of shit. So, I mean, he's not here. You're right. I could give it to you for 7.
Lower.
Persuade.
15.
I'm gonna do a counter roll here. You know, I'll have to be honest with you, dearie. I have no idea what these are worth. I've never seen one before. And it was brought to me by one of your kind who apparently had an adult with it that was pregnant. What have you. So I will get rid of it. You can take it off my hands for 650 gold.
625 final offer.
625. And this one buys the young griffin.
Not at full price, though.
Yeah, not
I
interested.
am paying you far more than this is worth. I told you I
So-
wouldn't pay a cent above 450 to anyone else.
Yeah, I had you painted for some rubes when you walked in. This one clearly knows her stuff about animals. So,
And
Let's-
before we make a fair price on the griffin, I inspect it.
of course, all the animals you're welcome to inspect. I have a more creative idea. Do you know about these type of creatures? Perhaps you can help me with one other item. It turns back. Will you bring the lizard? And one of these servants, just a human, nondescript, young human girl, runs to the back. Maybe you can help me figure out what's going on with this creature. And as you wait around for a moment, you can inspect the what is it that you're a griffin? The griffin, and it's all healthy and everything. We'll just say that the griffin is young. It is
He's young
about
and
2 months.
perky.
Yeah, about 2 months old. He's sad and he's happy. And as you're looking at it, kind of starts licking you in your face and stuff. It's very puppy-like and just wants to play, but very healthy. This guy's used to taking care of griffins. He knows how to raise them. So what we've got coming back is the human holding this cage, and this cage has energy running through it. And within it is a reptilian-looking creature with wings and a little tail and a reptile's head, and it's perched in there, looking ornery. And he asks you, "Do you know anything about one of these?"
What color is it?
This particular creature is black.
It's got wings.
Black leathery wings, forked tail. It's got a reptilian head, yellowish eyes with the reptilian slits.
Insight check.
Can't quite figure out what this one is. And you all, maybe you know. Each of you can investigate this thing. Alaina, you've got advantage when it comes to animals.
God damn, I hate my investigation.
Yeah, y'all are.
Could I have done an animal handling check instead of investigation?
Yeah, we'll let you go and use your skill since it's specific.
There we go.
Are you going to be trying to figure out what it is as well?
Are you interested at all in this Geltrema, or are you just standing there like, oh god,
No,
this little girl
Geltrema.
is annoying as hell.
It's not his area of expertise. He's just here.
He's just watching.
Yeah. They're just kind of standing back, doesn't want anything to do with these creatures. Creatures aren't subject to laws, right?
Would you
They don't
consider
follow
this a
laws.
tiny creature?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care about laws. You can't punish them for not following laws. They don't understand. So what's the point, right? They're mindless. So it has nothing to do. So it's 20 animal handling. This is really curious because it looks a lot like what you would expect a dragon to look like, but there's no way that a dragon could be this small. So as you're looking at it and you're thinking about it, you're figuring what you know about animals. There's not even like a baby dragon would be this size. And that's the only thing you can think of.
Can I get towards the cage? Is there any way for me? How sharp do its little teeth look? Is there any way for me to open it to see what kind of glands it might have inside of its mouth?
Like needle sharp little teeth, right? And as you reach a snap, you got a 20 though, and you do know that these things are very interested in fish, these type of creatures, if it's what you're thinking, related to some kind of dragon or reptile, that they have a taste for seafood, for fish.
All right. If this is what I think, do you have any fish, any oysters, any lobster, crawfish, crawdads, shrimp?
Of course, yeah. We have to feed.
Give me,
We have
bring
all
me,
types of
give
food.
me, bring me, bring me.
Bring some sardines, please. do they need to be alive or dead, or what are we?
Alive is always better, but if freshly dead is okay too.
Bring some live ones for her to feed this thing. Apparently, we haven't tried. We've been feeding it more insects, and that type of thing.
They'll take what they can get, but if it's what I
What?
think
So,
it
do
is,
you know what this thing is? I mean, are you?
I
Just
have
guessing.
a feeling, but I need to make sure first so I can give you a fair price.
Well, I'm not necessarily trying to sell it. I'm trying to figure out.
If it's what I think it is, you don't want to hold it until it's full grown.
what it is. Well, I've already had it for years now. It hasn't changed, but it does have some curious
Have you ever let it out of this cage?
Yeah, that was a mistake. I lost half of my store.
Was it acid, lightning?
Yeah, it melted with acid. I guess you do happen to have some knowledge.
Oh, what a beautiful little baby you are. Can I? Is the cage like literally like lightning keeping it in there?
When you look at the cage, they have it sealed up in a magical cage that's actually blocking anything that's going to come from the outside, but you can from the inside out, but you can go from the outside in.
Can I kind of like reach in and like use my little claw to like scratch under its chin?
All right, this is brave, and this is so far beyond anything I had planned or imagined for this session.
Smart, but she likes animals.
It's just randomly pulled out of. So 20 animal handling for your first check. This is going to take multiple checks. This is like a skill-based challenge here, is what we're looking at. So starting out with the 20, you're able to identify it and assume that it's somehow related to a black dragon. But they don't stay this small, and they don't stay this small for years. But the acid thing matches up. By the way, I didn't plan it all. I didn't even know y'all coming to a menagerie. So with that 20, you're able to make initial contact with it, and it's starting to kind of notice you. And it's doing one of these things. As the fish come back, I'm going to give you, since you're using the fish, I'm going to give you advantage on your next animal handling check. Or are you just going to try to stick your hand in there before the fish get there? You're going to try to feed them.
The fish.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it to trust me, so I'm going to try and feed it some fish as I give it scritches. Get used to my scent a little bit, because that's a big thing with animals. They have to get used to your scent before. Like again, it's scent based. It's instinctual.
Gotcha.
My smell. That's why I want to have my hand in there as I'm giving it the fish, so it kind of like can smell that I'm the one feeding it, I'm giving it what it wants, kind of thing.
Gotcha. So you got the fish. You made sure that you were fishy, and that you're identified as somebody who's trying to be kind and help. So you go to feed the fish. Go and give me another animal handling check.
Come on, baby, don't fail me now.
This is at advantage. 24, nice. So as you reach in with the fish, this creature eyes you suspiciously, and you hold it, moves closer, and snatches it, gobbles it up really fast, and then looks at you expectantly for more. And I'll say, since you've got a 20 and a 24, that you've got enough now where something clicks in your mind, and you are now recalling that tales you've heard of certain creatures being born as dwarf versions through some type of mutations. You've actually seen it happen, but more with like mammals, certain rodents. You saw a dwarf bunny rabbit that was adorable. It fit in the palm of your hand, super cute, and it was delicious. Yep, exactly.
Raw,
you ate like 5.
Out of my teeth. Oh,
yeah, it was so good. Adorable and cute. So you have now pretty much determined this must be a dwarf black dragon, one that was born and will stay this size. And as you make this realization, it's looking at you for more fish, and it's starting to study you. And when you look in its eyes, you see an intelligence beyond just a mindless creature.
Okay. I'm gonna, in common, just say, "Oh, you're a good little one, aren't you? Aren't you? You're a good little one." I'll give it another piece of fish as I give it my hand to keep smelling.
Takes it this time, doesn't grab it as fast. Approaches you and it sniffs you, and then slowly takes it.
Don't you? You want out of here, don't you? You don't like it.
You hear a voice in your head. Release me.
If I somehow get you out of here, will you make me a promise?
Release me now.
I need a promise first, and I'll keep you well.
What? What? They have me imprisoned.
If I can find a way to get you out, will you make sure you stick with us, you protect us as best you can, and not hurt the people I tell you not to hurt?
I don't care where we go. If you let me out here, I will stay with you as long as we leave here.
All right. Now, I'm gonna turn to Maynard. From what I can tell, this seems to be an acidic wyvern salamander. That's a strange species.
I've never heard of such a thing.
They're common.
Deception with advantage.
I've heard that before.
The only reason I'm giving you advantage is because you've already convinced this dude you know shit about animals.
Okay.
Anything animal related at this point. Wait, hold on. Let me... Come. Johan, come, take notes. Again, what was this called?
What did I say? An acidic wyvern
Wyvern
salamander. Now you see, these creatures mostly live along the rivers.
Write this down.
Mostly live along the rivers here in Corvair. However, they're mostly found near the Great Crag, you would know, and frequently are used as pest control.
Yes, this was confiscated from one of the Droamites who many years ago tried to enter the city.
Yes. The fun fact is that they stay close to this size unless overfed on insects, at which point they grow to an alarming rate. So you must always feed them fish and never talk to them. They don't like it. See, I did what I could to make it trust me. So that it knows not to spit acid. However, if you talk to it too much, it'll spit acid and ruin everything. So I'm sure when it got out the last time, you were like, no, stop, please don't do any of this, please. Stop. That's when it started spitting the acid everywhere.
So can it be tamed? Can I control this creature?
No, it can never be controlled. In fact, I could take it off your hands. I know a reputable salesperson. He's a beautiful dwarf named Groove, who could in fact take this and sell it back where I come from. Back to the Horde per se. Again, pest control.
Probably should take it back to Droaam where it belongs.
And I think it's far too dangerous for you to keep on your hands.
But it's so unusual. It must be worth quite a bit of money.
Actually, no, since they're so commonplace, they're hardly worth anything. And again, they're dangerous. So keeping it here is not in your best interest.
Well, you seem to know what you're talking about, and you rolled a crit success. So, how about we do a package deal? Okay,
I'm listening.
Do you still want the warg?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that I can train right into battle. This thing, can't take that into
Okay,
battle.
so you want the warg, you want this
Dead so soon.
wyvern salamander of acid.
Salamander wyvern, yes.
Acidic? It doesn't have dreadlocks?
No, acidic.
Oh, okay.
Acidic, because it spits acid.
Got you, I thought you
I would
said
like to
this.
say when I go, like, literally spit on them.
And your friend is interested in the griffin. So...
Well, have it. It's a good griffin.
Okay, so
A little too
all three,
but,
1,000 gold pieces, all three.
Done. Easy.
Yeah, let's split that down the middle.
500 each?
500 each.
Hey, works for me. Haha, I was just feeding them. Spending money on them.
Holy crap, I got a pet griffin.
I was not planning on y'all to have these start out, but hey.
No joke, something I've
1,000 gold.
Something I've always wanted to happen in D&D, but has yet to happen to me, is getting a pet griffin. Nice. Next goal, having a griffin mount at some point.
Hey, give it 6 to 7 months.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give it a minute.
You're gonna have to help me break this thing. I don't know anything about animal taming.
It would be my pleasure.
Thing I randomly threw the griffin puppy in there. It's gonna be shenanigans.
Also, we apologize in advance, Alex. This is gonna be a shit show.
And you know what? Since you all have been such great customers, and I expect that you will tell others of your experience, I have something else for you.
What I think I will do is I'll make sure I send. Do you have knowledge of Groove?
Yeah. Oh, what? Who's this?
Groove. He's a very, very experienced traveling menagerie salesman. I will send him your way, and if he has anything of note, I can have him.
Is he a dwarf? Is this a dwarf gentleman?
He's a
I've heard of this guy.
Wonderful dwarf.
I've heard he's
in all the right places.
Quite an ass.
Oh, if he were soap, I'd let him rub me all over.
Well, you're saucy.
You have to be in the horde. Let's be real. Now, what I am going to do for you, since you've given us such a wonderful deal, I will make sure if he has anything interesting of note, I will send him your way. Vice versa, if you have anything that you think would be of interest out in the untamed wildlands where we are from, I'll make sure that he gives you a good price on.
That sounds good.
What say you to that?
Hey, please, yes. And so I have one more thing to offer. I usually include this to my customers who drop at least 1,000 gold, as you have, buy my high-end items. This is something you're going to need. I call it a crate. And it's very important to crate train your new pets. So he actually hands each of you what looks like a little glass prism, and he shows you how to use it. You can store your little pet in there, and it will be like in stasis.
Sudden need to catch them all.
This is a new contraption that the Arcanists have helped us, and they really come in handy if you're in a dangerous situation or you need the pet out of the way. You can store them here, but don't leave it in there longer than 24 hours without feeding and letting it exercise, of course.
That makes that makes a lot of sense. Can't have it come out dead.
True. I mean, it's basically in stasis, but still needs life functions. Anything else I can do for you all?
Oh, I think that is more than plenty, my friend. And again, you're such a kind soul. I'm glad to take this hellish beast off your hand.
Well, I will keep an eye out for more acidic wyvern salamanders.
Oh yes, please do if you do. Well, do you have any way to contact people long distance? Let's say something called sending. It's something I have not learned yet, but soon we'll know personally.
Well, let's say that.
You, but if you have a way to contact me, it would be better.
Where are you going to be? Tell me that, and I will tell you.
In fact, you are in the presence of the three thanes of the third ward.
Oh, you three were granted the land lottery.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
That's why we unfortunate creatures are in this part of town.
And what are your names?
Oh.
I am Ezzy.
Iltrim.
Nice to meet you. I am, of course, Maynard. I am the proprietor of this here establishment. If you are going to be the thanes of one of these Droland wards, I know where to find you. I can send word if something interesting crosses my path.
I do so long to hear what you have in the future.
I will just send word to Ezzy in Droland, and we can, of course, send a message directly.
Please do.
We have our ways.
Now I will ask, will you let him out of that cage? I have an interesting method of transport for him that I would like to see if it works.
Well, you can do with him as you please once you leave my shop.
Oh, sure.
And he hands you the cage, but don't open it until you're outside.
I'll take the cage, love. Thank you.
And then he gives you a leather leash, Chris, with your little puppy.
Oh, thanks.
And he's running around. He wraps it around your leg, and he's nipping at your legs. Hey!
Down.
And you grab him, and he starts licking at you and pawing at you.
Can I look at the griffin puppy and just go?
You do that to him?
I'm just gonna go down.
To the puppy?
And then
he looks at you and his
ears?
eyes go wide.
Do griffins have ears?
Yeah, they have little lion heads, so there's
And
little
then I'm just
ears.
gonna come up to it and like bite his ear.
He looks at you like, whoa, this place crazy.
Well,
And then he starts like
Basically.
clawing at like what's hanging off your clothes, Chris, like your character bowl.
it's like a dominance thing to establish alpha.
Yeah.
position.
Yeah,
That's the
he
whole point of it.
So should I?
he's a young enough puppy.
Should I
that
glare at him?
Everybody's alpha. He's not even in the alpha phase at this point. He's just like,
Oh,
play with me. You know?
Well, honestly, we just need to establish dominance.
Hey, do you have
So,
that? Do you have that gauntlet?
Oh, yes, here.
Thank you. And I play with him with the gauntlet hand, so he.
Perfect. So instead of tearing up your flesh through your fur, he's biting it, and he loves it, and he's getting into it, and pawing at it, and he's smiling up at you with that puppy smile.
Alrighty.
And then so
I'll-
you've got now the cage with the dwarf black dragon in it. I don't know where that came from. You know, I was like, he's got something special in the back. So, did not plan any of that shit.
Also,
So-
I love that was a nat 20. Like,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah, once you hit that, I was like,
15,000
so you're-
gold.
You definitely have a really good start of a foundation, but we're gonna have to continue to see like building a relationship. So you've got the cage with him, and then you've got your ward pup who's also on a leash, but your ward pup is more chill and like serious than his, and so she's a girl. You name her whatever you want, but she needs to be fattened up with some more
Okay.
meat. But she's
gonna
pretty
need-
stoic and she's pretty serious and kind of eyeing you and wondering about you at this point. And this, as you leave the shop with this cage, with this dwarf dragon in it, it speaks in your mind. Are you going to release me from this?
I am. I did tell him I would make sure you were out of the shop first.
Well, let's go. Come on, please. I've been in there
Let's
for
get
so
out of
long.
here. He said years. That's pretty messed up.
Yes, my
Are you
wings
really not going to get
atrophied.
much bigger? What atrophy?
No,
Can you
this
fly?
is. I've been this size for 200 years.
Oh my goodness, darling. Okay, and then as soon as we get out of eyesight of the shop, I will I'll let the creature crawl into my little tiny hand, and then I will kind of put it on my shoulder just to sit there.
Yeah, he's about the size of a small cat.
Okay. Yeah.
Climbs onto your shoulder, stretches the wings out. Oh, just give me a second, please.
Oh, yeah.
Stretches the tail out.
Oh,
jump-
sit there as long as you need to. I'll be
Ugh.
here, and I've got scale mail on, so his little claws shouldn't actually hurt me. As he
Jumps
does it.
down on the ground and does some flaps and jumps around for a second and then flitters back up to barely kind of awkwardly up to you. Oh, my wings. And all this is whispered in your mind. It's been so long. Thank you. I owe you my life.
Well, I mean, life debts are life debts, so I'm not gonna call it in. But
What do I call you?
Oh, my name's Ezzy.
Master.
No. Just call me Miss Ezzy. I
Miss
never had kids
Ezzy?
myself. I do, yes, Miss Ezzy. I never had kids myself, so I do like the pets. I'm not gonna consider you a pet. No. You're not a pet. You're a friend. You're a friend. You're a familiar, as it were. I'm going to.
They call me.
Yes. What's your name, there?
My name is Smoke the Large.
I think that's fitting. You are mighty, my friend. They've kept you constrained for too long. I shall
That's
make
smoke.
sure you are returned to the glory that is you.
Smoke with a Q.
SMOQ? Is that right, my friend? I want to make sure I'm saying it
Smoke.
correctly.
Q
The pronunciation is
U E.
beautiful. Pronunciation is key. So we must make sure that all. Now, my question is, do you go by they them? I feel like you go by they them.
I'm. You know, that's a good question. Before
Have you ever contemplated your existence like that?
before I was trapped, all right, I was more of a biracial, but now over the years it's more fluid. So
Ah.
I'm gonna let's just call me Smoke.
Okay, we'll just go with smoke. I
And you can
understand.
do they, maybe they's fine if you need to do a pronoun.
Okay, understandable.
200 years, you know.
It's a
whatever.
long time. It's a lot of. There's plenty of time for it.
Breaks down some false dichotomies. That, I don't want to get into it.
Yes. Understandable. Now, if you ever need anything, you just mentally let me know. It might be strange for my companions to tell you speak because I don't know if they understand. Well, I haven't told them what you are yet. That'll happen soon. I just don't think I want to be in the city when it happens. I want them to get to know you first before we really tell them what you are. So
What do you mean? I am a adult black dragon.
You are?
A large one.
You are a beautiful, lovely adult black dragon. However, they are not as smart when it comes to creatures. So they might not know what you are. So
Wait, you're evil, right?
Well, I do serve Maglubi.
Good enough for me. Okay. Well, I'm with you,
Alright, that sounds wonderful.
Miss
Now-
Ezzy.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet, Smoke. Alright, love. And this is all happening like in my head as we're walking.
Yeah.
So I'm probably the most quiet you've ever heard me since you met me.
Following behind you on the leash is your ward pup, just solemnly following behind. Apparently has recognized you as a pack at this point, and at least knows to follow. Glad to be out of that. All the animals are glad to be out of there. Yours, Chris, has stopped its incessant snipping and is now sleeping in the crook of your arm, and snoring with drool coming off the fangs. It fell asleep like, how dogs can like fall asleep like that. That's what happened. Basically.
Literally.
Like playing 1 second, and then it was like.
I think I've decided to name it Gauntlet Biter. Gauntlet for short.
Gauntlet.
Oh, little
I love it.
Gonti. Oh, little Gonti.
Little Gone. All right, so we got Gone, we got Gauntlet Biter, we got Smoke with a Q.
Well, I haven't named the puppy yet.
Words.
The puppy
You
will
haven't
name
given-
itself when it starts to. So, Applejack got its name because apples were its favorite treat, and it liked to jack shit up in battle.
That's
So,
yeah.
we'll see what she wants. It could be lizard fucker. We don't know.
Let's hope so.
For all of us, let's hope it's not lizard fucker. Especially for your
Let's-
new pet. I don't think he wants a lizard fucker around either.
Right.
Oh, I mean, it depends on what she does. We'll see when she gets to battle. She won't have a name until she makes her first kill.
Awesome. All right. So we now apparently have pets. And we are on our
Also, actively did not see that coming. That was all like.
No.
That was
Well,
all because of roleplay in the first thing. Like,
Yeah. Because she's slow, right? She's got arthritis. She got to ride
she's got
something.
arthritis. Out of nowhere, I just said that she had things to do with wargs.
Yet we somehow walked away with nothing she can ride.
Yet.
Not yet.
Give me time, dearest. I will find a
Okay,
way.
on that note, everybody give me an Arcana check.
Oh fuck.
Yay!
Not my strong suit.
It's going to be hopefully somebody will.
I got a solid 4. Oh
Damn,
no.
a 1.
Oh no.
Bulbert, you have as you're watching and you're thinking like, damn, she's still slow. and you're like, you're looking at the work and it dawns on you like you've heard of magic that can accelerate growth and enlarge creatures. And you're in a city full of magic. So it dawns on you that y'all might be able to solve this issue creatively.
Volbert is going to keep that information to himself until we're about ready to leave. As he's already stated, he does not want to walk around the town with a warg.
Now, we could say that Volbert, upon learning that, somehow slips off and goes ahead and gets an enlarged potion or an aging potion that he can have to use when he wants. If he wants to give it to her later, we can say that.
That's
if
fair.
you
That's
want.
that's something that wouldn't be beyond him to do. How much is such a potion going to cost Volbert?
Would say you got it for 100 gold. And if you wanted to get 2 for that price, you could. If you want 1 for your...
I'll just get the 1. I want the griffin to age mostly naturally. I want to build a relationship with him, yeah.
Wherever we are, can I look at potions that will temporarily make my size larger?
All right, so we have been playing now for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, current count on stream is 5 hours, 21 minutes.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and be like, whoop, RP. Y'all need to go ahead and we'll just say y'all got all the shit you want to get in Sharn. You tell me what it is. We're not gonna RP specifically out every little interaction. So for this night, what did you
tell me how much it costs?
Got you. And just as long as it's reading, like, I want a magical machine that makes me...
Basically, I just need spell ingredients.
Yeah. No, y'all know how to be reasonable within 1,000 gold. So, yes, tell me what you need on your sheet. I'll tell you how much gold it costs. Is there anything else that y'all wanted to do this night before you find lodging and turn in for the night?
I just had a quick question. Do I have the tape?
Go ahead and we'll say that the tape is something that you've been working on. I will say that you started working on it when you decided to enter the land lottery and you left the Great Crack.
Okay.
You started so you would want to have in there stuff that you saw on your trip here. And then if you want to, and if you want to say part of what you did in the night, y'all did some stuff together and then we say y'all kind of split out. You could go do a little research and have found some information. If you want to give me a roll, we'll see how much, if you were able to find some knowledge about the area y'all are about to enter, if that's what you wanted.
I specifically want to review the tape for information of that area, what kind of beasts we may run into. And again, like I mentioned earlier, possible cults, bandit organizations that may be known.
So the tape is your stuff that you're creating. So you know what's in there. What you can do is add to it. Give me a roll for research.
Can I use my researcher background?
Definitely. This is research. So yeah, you know that a good place to go find this information is going to be in one of the main libraries, and we'll just say that you are able to. So give me advantage then on what do I want you to roll? Give me advantage on an investigation.
Yikes. Oh, that's not bad.
So let's say with that roll, with 17, which is good, that you are able to, we'll do it this way. The next, that roll is good enough where the next, when you run into creatures in your plot of land, you're going to be able to have an advantage perception of them, and you're going to have information in your tape about them. So based on how well you roll, I will reveal to you certain information.
Okay. So basically advantage on perception and investigation on animals in our lot.
Yeah, and the fact that you rolled that high is going to open up to you a different amount of knowledge about that creature. So what Chris has is what's called is a playbook. It's like a guide. It's like a monster manual that he's putting together.
It's the Tome of Adversaries and Potential Enemies, or the tape. And
you check the tape.
I review it quite often.
Oh my God, it's a playbook. I love it.
He's the coach. He reviews the tape.
This character's legitimately a walking pun.
Yeah, we put it together like home.
I love it.
So, anything else y'all want to handle in Sharn before you turn in for the night?
Actually, I'm gonna add to my list. I want to find some fish, and I'm not actually gonna put any of my creatures in the crate gem. I'm gonna put the fish in there to try and like store it.
Yeah, you can use it for whatever you want.
For Mr. Dragon.
But you realize it only stores one of something, and the thing has to be alive.
That's no good. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right. So I know that we're not gonna be.
So you don't have to think of everything now, Alaina. You can think about it, like after the session, and just let me know whatever you decided to pick up on. You don't have to.
I've got everything I need. Other than I need to take my rations down to 9.
Point is, if y'all think of something between now and next session, we'll just say you got it while you're here.
Cool.
As long as it's reasonable.
I want adamantine armor that's +5.
All right, Giltrema, you got anything you want to do in Sharn?
I mean, I was just gonna look at what magic items would potentially be available, but we can.
So you and I can talk about that since we're like 5.5 hours in. Talk about that outside the game between now and then. Talk about the kind of things you're looking for, and we'll work out something together. All right, so we'll just say y'all took care of your business. You turned in. You could have either gone back to the Temple of Arion where you got a connection and crashed there. You found a way to crash. In the morning, you appear, and you, as you're supposed to, before sunrise, you arrive at the Thrash Grand Hall. Of course, at different moments and points, you're having to show that Thrash badge to the city guard to start to hassle you, and then realize that you learn that being affiliated with Thrash gives you free passage in the city, even if you're a monster. So you make your way to the Grand Hall, where waiting for you is your Lieutenant Governor, as well as your ticket out of this place. Let me get back to my notes. So Zara's there waiting, and Arelatal as well in her white robes. All right, you showed up. That's good. And she looks you over and sees that you've got your backpacks, and she notices. Would you have your pets out, or would they be put away?
The dragon is on my shoulder, and then the warg puppy is put away in the crate gem.
Once Gauntlet fell asleep, I probably put him in the cube just so it's easier to carry him around town.
We'll say that he looks you over and sees you kind of decked yourselves out with a little more. So you've got some equipment, I see, and a new party member here, huh? And reaches out towards.
No, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And Smoke snaps him. Who is this? And snaps him. Whoa, hey, not friendly.
In my head, I'll think, no, she's kind of our boss. We need to be nice to her.
Nobody is my boss except for you.
Okay, well, she's my boss. So we. You don't.
My boss has a boss.
Okay, so, no, Smoke. You don't have to listen to their.
I'm a mighty dragon.
You are the mightiest of dragons, Smoke. You literally cannot be tamed. You are the untamed. You are Smoke the large and the untamed.
Bosses.
No. They are not your boss. They are not your boss. I, however, have to play nice with her until I can find a way to open her. But that's another story.
I understand.
So you see, we don't snap at her. We potentially throw acid if we're really mad, but not right now. Not right now.
Okay. Thank you.
In the future, maybe we'll throw some acid, but not right now.
So then now everybody's kind of looking at you because you've fallen silent, and you're like now having a conversation in your head.
Hey.
And after a moment,
you all right?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Just a mental thinking about what happened with the day. Does anyone want to play some gin rummy?
Okay. I think it's time for us to go. We have business to take care of.
Also, I have a fun secret for you guys once we get where we're going. It'll be so much fun.
Oh, good. I can't wait. Okay, Arella,
so
are you all ready to go? Or are we going to stand here and talk more? Or...
Let's get out of here.
Let's head out.
Yeah, I think we probably should.
You have anything else you want to do?
Considering we have a nation to build, how about we go?
All right, that sounds fair.
Yeah. All right, what are you ready?
Start muttering under my breath in Goblin.
Giltrema? How about it?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Vol?
Yeah, let's set.
All right, well, let's do this then. Arella, please. And the white robe priestess, who's clearly named Arella, begins to pray.
All right, guys, it's monster in time.
Portal appears. I love it. And follow me. First stepping through is Zara, and you all are going to follow.
Yeah.
Before I follow through, I'm just gonna think to Smoke like, all right, going to our new home. You're never gonna have to be caged again.
Yes, please. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know how often fish is gonna be available, so we might have to make do in rivers. But
Please,
gonna
out
be
of this
fun.
city. The stink of it. I must get it out of my nostrils.
nobody likes cities. Cities are the worst.
So what's the order of heading through the...
I'll go through last since I'm having the conversation.
We'll go first, I guess.
That leaves me in.
Yep, following right through, we'll say kind of shoulder to shoulder is Vol and Giltruma. Walking through behind your new leader Zara here. The shimmering portal. You got a clear image through it of where you're headed. Stepping through behind is Ezzy. And as you step through, it closes behind you. It looks like Arella stayed behind and Sharn. You look around, and you're clearly on a coastal area. This must be right at the bay at the edge. You glance around, there's a camp, and there's tents all around. You see some wagons, and immediately you realize everybody's in a panic. People are running and screaming around. You've got some various monstrous brethren of yours, and then some humans and elves. Oh God! Oh, everybody's looking at the air and running around. And as you all gaze up into the sky, a massive figure soars overhead. This is a bigger than you ever thought could imagine any creature to be. At the size of a mountain itself, a clear-skinned, massive dragon. And as you watch, and the people all around you are screaming, this clear-skinned dragon circles and then dives down and lands on an island, and it completely consumes the island and folds its wings in. It looks tattered. It looks more ancient than anything you could imagine, and more large and fearsome. Even at a distance out in the bay on the island, it's still large. And then you hear muttering from Zara. It can't be. Chronepsis? And then in your mind, Ezzy, you hear smoke. It is. It is the mighty Chronepsis. This is going to be interesting.